Hello and welcome to Presto GP. I'm José Estrada. I will commentate today together with David Garcia. Hello, David.
Hello, José. Good evening.
And good evening. Well, it seems we will have a dry race in Spa, which is, well, unusual sometimes. But there were rain during the practice, so the teams probably found some trouble to set up their cars for the race. And now the qualifying and the race will be, it seems, between sunny and cloudy. Let's check the championship standings. You have the top 9. This is the Constructor Championship. I can't see really well what I'm showing here. Then here we go with the team, with the drivers' standings. And well, David, what are your expectations for this race?
Well, with the weather you predicted, it can be a very fun race, especially if the racetrack gets a bit damp, a bit wet, and well, as a start, it will be really fun. We have very fast people on track and a big field.
Surprise, because no, not yet. It's raining a little bit now, but we are not still in the...
User was moved out of your channel. User joined your channel.
So yeah, I say that it's raining a little bit, but we are not still on the race session. I guess the drivers are still preparing for the race, so it will probably start in the dry conditions. We are trying to get the right stream for you in the website. So, David, what can you tell us about Spa?
Well, Spa, you know, it's one of the mythic circuits in the world. So it's a challenge for the drivers, and with those cars, it's even more a challenge because it's a fast car, not easy to control. You know, and it's a high speed, medium speed circuit, so will be a really fun race. You know, the Camel Straight, Les Combes, La Source, the Bus Stop Chicane, very well-known names of the in the motorsports world. So I predict a very good race, a lot of fight. Let's hope nobody does the Grosjean in here. So we have all of the cars still in the race after turn 1.
Yeah, it's indeed interesting that sometimes the races are lost in the first corner, and I think that the example of the last Formula 1 race it goes really in that direction. I hope the drivers have his head really cold here, and they managed to go to that through that first corner safely.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I would say that most of the drivers here will have the reminder of that sentence that says you can win really few things in the first corner, but you can lose a lot. So I think that they will remember that when they get into the car, and especially after what we saw on TV last weekend.
Yes, and we are watching now Dino Paolini doing his flying qualifying lap. We really have to get familiar with the procedures here at Presto GP because sometimes we get confused. The qualifying was still is still running now, so we don't know the starting grid of the race yet. It will be really interesting. I see Dino Paolini is approaching the last corners of the track in this 2008 version of Spa, which actually it starts after La Source, so it's the old layout with the start-finish line right before Eau Rouge. That change, that makes it even worse, I think. But
yes, I agree. It makes it really worse. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We have to check which version of the track it is. There are many for this simulation, and yeah, Dino Paolini is now on his flying lap. So let's see. What's the worst part of the track for you? The most difficult, David?
Well, it's a circuit I like, but I would say the worst part for me is where Dino Paolini is going through now. The double corner in 5th and 4th gear in many cars. It's really easy to go wide in there if you want to go fast, and it's the trickiest part for me. And maybe this part that Dino Paolini is going through right now before the straights, it's also complicated.
Yeah, it's quite difficult.
Of course, Jose, Eau Rouge and Radillon it's a challenge for the drivers, but I wouldn't say it's the most difficult part.
Yeah, let's see what his lap time will be. We will be able to check where the starting finish line, I think, is, yes, in the actual F1 place. He did 141 370, so he's in P3 now. In P1 we have Rake Major. P2 we have Tim McLeaver. In P3 is Sean Greenlaw now. P4 is Dino Paolini. P5 at this moment is Marco Vuori, which is doing his flying. No, he was in his out lap, and yes, he's P5. P6 Vincenzo Cavaliere. P7 Elisir Bartik. P8 Peter Marshall. P9 Peter Marshall. P8 Elisir Bartik.
Yeah, I think it will be changing time after time, because if they are setting new laps,
yeah, exactly.
Possibly
let's see if we can find a driver that is still in his lap. P12 of Millie, P13 Andy Paries, P14 going back to pits Kenneth Vitalo, P15 Henrik Jorthval Olsen, P17 Charlie Williams, P18 Alfonso Clark, P19 Kurt Kjeldin, P20 David Turnbull, P21 Dale Sutti, and in P22 is Orcar, the camera. So, well, it seems everything is ready for the race now.
You expect the camera to improve his position, or what?
No, I don't think. I think we have enough trouble just learning everything about the series and trying to make a decent broadcast, like to try to race and win some positions. I don't think it will be possible, to be honest. You never know. You never know.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe somebody starts doing reverse, and then we win some meters there.
Some familiar names in the grid.
Yes, yes, of course. Presto GP guys are in RD since a lot of time, so Many of them were driving also in other competitions. They are completely integrated in the community, and that's good, of course. And I think the league is now facing a difficult season because the simulator is quite old at this moment, and they were struggling to find drivers. So if you still race 07 and you want to race in one of the best racing leagues out there in terms of quality and organization and clean races, I think you should think about joining Presto GP.
Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. Yeah, it's a very interesting championship. And well, the Race 07 series, we can say they're older than the rest of simulators available right now. But on the other hand, I think many people that have been racing this simulator for a long time has difficulties to skip it and change to a new one because they are used to it. So yeah, it's interesting for that people.
And now they are in the warm-up, I suppose. And I think maybe it's a good idea because we did it in a little bit in a rush before because we were a little bit confused on the session order because the practice starts and all that. So maybe it's a good idea to check the championship standings again. What do you think, David?
Yes, of course, always a good moment. I guess the people would like to know how the standings are and what are they playing with before the race starts.
Okay, so here we go. We have Nico Major on the Rake Major, sorry, on the top with his McLaren, 50 points, just a 7 points lead over Greenlow in McLaren as well. Then you can see that it's pretty close on the top. Not really a big points difference between any of them.
No, yeah, it's a very competitive series. Yeah.
I think up to 8, maybe 6 places, they are in good shape to assault the championship. Still a long way to go, so even P8 can make it, I think.
Well, if you compare this, Jose, with the actual Formula 1 standings, that Vettel is 24 points from Alonso. Even P9 and P10 guys in here are closer to the first position.
Yeah, exactly. And you can see there is battle all around the table. Lots of drivers are very, very close in points. I like to see the spikers here. A long time we don't see them in real Formula 1.
Yeah. The spikers with Lesser Bartik and Jonas Lex, 20 and 21.
Exactly. And well, yes, there are few drivers that didn't score points yet. I'm sure they will score. And this can be a great race to have a good result. Spa is always kind of special.
Yeah, of course.
Let's take a look to the constructor championships. Here we go. Have McLaren, Mercedes on top. Spiker in second. They will be super happy in real life if they did that. The Dutch team. Yeah, the Dutch will go nuts if they had a Spiker in P2 fighting.
Yeah, same goes for Super Aguri.
Yeah, exactly. We have Renault in 4. That's kind of realistic position for them. Red Bull Racing in 5th. That's the all-time Red Bull with Wolfgang. BMW in 6th. Ferrari in 7th. Everybody will be fired in real life if they were in 7th position. And Toro Rosso in the last position, trying to fight for the first points.
Yep.
So we see regarding the Constructors' Championship, it's not as close as it is in the Drivers' Championship.
Yeah, there are. But I think it's normal. That bigger difference because these are two cars scoring points for the teams, so the difference has to be bigger. And I think it happens as well in the real life.
Yeah, probably it is. So we are waiting now for the drivers to join the grid to start the race. And I hope everybody makes well deciding the strategy and picking the correct tires and the fuel and everything. So we don't have problems later with people having to make an unexpected pit stop because an error selecting the strategy.
What strategy would you pick?
Well, depends, with the weather changes, I don't know. And I still have to see. I've just watched, because we only did one broadcast, I just watched one race of this series, so I don't know how the tires behave in this mod. So I can't really tell what kind of strategy I will pick. We will see what the drivers do.
Yeah, that's important. What you said about the tire wear, that is maybe more realistic here than in other more modern simulators, and it will be a key in the evolution of the race.
Yes, and well, it seems they are almost ready to go now. Let's wait for the lights and let's wait for the race to start, and let's see what happens in first corner. And here they go. Everything seems quite clean for now. Let's see. First corner. A little bit wide for Tim McLever. I think he lost one position. They go through our rules now. And yeah, I have to say, really clean start. It's well done.
Yeah.
Look how they move left, right, looking for the first pass here at the Les Comps.
Slipstream is very important in that straight if you want to overtake.
Yeah, and I think Rake is open like 0.2 gap, so he's not really under attack now. But I see battle for P3 and 4. They are quite close, and also for P2 and 3 in this double left-hander, which is quite easy to go to the sand here.
Yes.
Now it's tarmac, and it's less tricky than in this version, which actually can be race over for you if you go there with a Formula 1.
Yeah, nowadays this circuit allows more mistakes from the drivers, but in this version we are racing today, it's way more complicated because one little mistake, you go wide and you lose a lot of time to go back to the track if you manage to, so really tricky.
Exactly. In P4 we have Dino Paolini. Seems everything is quite calm now. P5 Marco Bori, P6 Vincenzo Cavaliere, this Rosa Corsa Ferrari, P7 Nicolas Rouge, or Rouge? No, it's not the same. P8 Nikolai Nicholson, under attack by Eliezer Bartik, I think it's, well, he seemed to be quite close.
Yeah, it's really close indeed.
Yeah,
let's see how they pass through Rouge.
Yeah, he can go for the slipstream now, probably. Was not enough for him. So let's continue the rundown. P10 Peter Marshall, P11 Anthony Ishak, P12 David Turnbull, P13 Kenneth Gitalo. I'm probably pronouncing all the names wrong, but I'm really trying to do my best. P14 Kirley Williams, P15 Alfonso Clark. He's Spaniard, actually.
Ah, okay.
P16 Henrik Jotfall Olsen, P17 Bob Miley.
Oh, we have a disconnection, Jose. Andy Paris is out of the race.
Too bad. It doesn't look like a racing accident. It's more like.
Yeah, I meant that he left the server. I didn't meant it was a disconnection. Possibly an accident or a mechanical failure. Yeah.
P20 Kurt Kjellin. And that's all. Let's go to the top again while Rick Major is going through the La Source again. Going down this semi-straight because it's kind of a corner as well to Rouge. And making a perfect line through Rouge to this. It's what's the name? I forgot the name of this straight. It's
Camel
Straight.
Yeah. The trickiest part in this straight comes from the previous corner, and it's curious because it's not a slow corner. But Rouge and Radillon are forcing you to do a perfect and clean line. Otherwise, you will lose some top speed on Camel Straight, and if you have something close behind, you will be possibly under pressure for the whole straight and maybe even get overtook at the end.
And I want to say to our viewers that if you want to play something or complain or something like that, you can, or not complain, just participate in the broadcast. You can send a Twitter to @SourceEstrada, like my name on the forum, and we will read it. We will read your tweets if you tweet us. So don't be shy, and just you that know the series very well, just tell us whatever you want. Okay, so this was Rake doing another clean lap, and I can see on the back the cars spread out a little bit. There is not many action at this moment. Let's go to the back and let's look for a battle. Let's look for action. P20 is quite calm as well. P19 as well. P18 is completely alone, doing his race, taking care of his space. So P17. Oh, we have P17 is stopped. I don't know if he's doing a pit stop. We cannot see from here, or if he's. Yes, he's doing a pit stop. I think it's the first pit stop for Kenneth. I don't know if he had some trouble. Probably he did. But it seems also that he's changing tires, so maybe it's just an early pit stop. And he's going out of the pits now. It's quite early to do a pit stop.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking. Maybe he had a problem and had to repair something, and he used the pit stop to repair, maybe, Jose, who knows.
Yep. And
it's
of course,
the longer version of the pit, so he has to go up to Radillon and pit out there.
Yeah, he well, obviously he left the pits in last position. So let's go again in the quest for a battle, and here we have one for P15 and 16 between Bob Miley and Henrik Jotfall Olsen. Nice scheme, by the way, I like it. And it seems like Bob is getting closer. And a terrible crash. The car in front of them, a McLaren Spoon, and I think Henrik's car has to be quite damaged now, because he went completely with his front wing against the Spoon car. That car can't be 100% now. Let's see if he can keep in touch with both. And well, it seems so. It seems so, really.
Yeah, we will have to wait again, some more corners. Let's see how he goes through Urrush, because hit in the front wing used to pay off in the fast corners. But
yeah,
no,
he did well now. He did well now in Urrush. And we have another disconnection. Another rider left. But if you see, Henrik has, I think, he has more problems in this part. Than Bob. I think Bob is opening a gap now. And was Alfonso Clark in P16 the one having the trouble there in the bus stop? So his car has to be probably also damaged, because well, the impact there is not a high speed impact. It's good, but still these cars are not very hard cars.
Okay. Yeah.
And here in P13 we have Kirley Williams trying to catch up with Anthony Isaac and the other and Peter Marshall, his teammates, actually.
Yes, they are quite close. You think they will be sharing setups?
I guess so. I mean, usually in sim racing, teammates used to be more friendly than in real life. When they sometimes don't even talk to each other. I think in sim racing, if you make a team with a guy, it's probably because you have a good relation with him. Don't you think?
Of course, it has to be like that.
Anyway, I always give you my wrong setups anyway.
Yeah, I know you do. But you are very competitive. You never want me to know your secrets.
Still, I see to fail.
Same here. Yeah, we are not possibly an example of fast racing. But we have fun, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, you are quite fast, no. But not probably not in Formula Ones, which is what we are talking about.
Yeah.
Both are more GT drivers.
Yeah, we would do well on real GTs.
I don't know. I will never have the money, so it's really important. So we will have, it seems, three cars battle here in few seconds, because there a touch there, I think, and look at this, two teammates fighting for the position, for the win, and then at the end the Ferrari goes through and wins the position. Doesn't remember you anything?
No, it doesn't feel like teamwork. The communication was not... Well, maybe this is the problem of not having team orders, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it really reminds me 2007.
Yeah.
So now we have Peter, that he has lost a few seconds with the guys in front. We have Anthony that is like trying to recover position, but let's see what his pace is, and if he can catch Kirley. I have to ask him for the right way to pronounce his name, but I think he's keeping the gap. They are pretty much the same pace, so not really decreasing. And he was really smart, taking advantage of that battle between teammates. Well done. P10 we have Elisir Bartik, that he's chasing David Turnbull, and that car is... Yeah, I think he won the position now from Nikolai Nicholson. It was a kind of risky move, and here there is a group of cars pretty close between them. We have Nicolas Rouge in P7, showing his car in the mirrors to Vincenzo Cavaliere. I can kind of pronounce names in Italian. and look at that, they are going to Aarhus very close. He will have a chance, I think, at the end of Kemmel Straight before Les comes.
Yeah, I would say that this Ferrari is right now slowing down the two guys coming behind. What do you think, Jose?
It might be, but at the same time, it can be that he's way lower, because in this track you have a very good overtaking opportunity. So if he's keeping them behind him, I think at least he has to have decent pace. And there is an accident, and I predict Nicolas Rochard will be quite damaged now. Let's see if he can continue the race, because when you lose traction going down on the throttle there, you immediately spin and go into the left barrier. That happens very often in this track.
Yeah, but you know what I think, Jose, that race 07 is not that hard in what comes to crashes compared, as an example, with e-racing. So I don't think he has very big damage in the car, possibly.
Well, let's hope so for him. Meanwhile, we see David Turnbull. It's even closer to Vincenzo now. He's showing the car in La Source again, trying to put some pressure on the driver in front of him, and going to take Aarhus now. Very close. Good lines there, and he definitely has the slipstream now.
Yes, he's really close.
Let's see if we see the other car going up now in the inside. No, it's not. Vincenzo managed to keep the position.
Then I have a theory about that, Jose. Vincenzo is keeping them behind because maybe he has less wing in the car, and he's going slower through the slowest parts of the circuit, but maybe the straights he can pull away a bit more than the rest because at low wing.
It will be, of course, different setup, different car behavior, different strong and weak points in a lap.
Yeah, because if you notice now, the car behind is getting closer again. We are in, let's say, the slowest part of this mid-speed circuit or mid-high speed circuit.
Look now. I think he's going to the inside. Yeah, and he made it. He made the pass. Let's see. Let's see if. Let's see the reaction now from Vincenzo Cavaliere in Aarhus and Kemmel. Let's see if it's true that he has less wind, and doing a good line he can get closer at the end of Kemmel, because this is supposed to be his strong point, if our theory was correct.
The problem is that it looks like P6 opened a bit more of the gap they had before, so let's see.
Oh, he did it wrong now, went too wide. So I think this will give David the opportunity to escape now in the slow part of the track.
Yeah.
So let's move to the top and give some airtime to Marco Buori. That he just went out now, but without not many drama. He just lost maybe 1 second with David, that is now on the chase. I think in few laps, 1 or 2 laps, we can have a three-side battle here as well. In P4, quite alone, and in a quite calm race, we have Dino Paolini. We have seen him in doing his qualifying lap, and now, yeah, he doesn't really have any trouble in front or behind him. So if he keeps concentration and he manages to don't make unforced mistakes, he has a strong P4 in this race. In P3 we have Sean Greenlaw. also fighting against himself and fighting against the clock. With this nice vintage McLaren livery. But he's quite close to Tim McIver, to be honest. And also to break, these cars are like in a 2 seconds gap. It's a pity we don't have live timing. That's just because the broadcasting system that it doesn't allow to run the XD viewer at the same time of the broadcasting program. But just looking to the distance between the cars, I think it's a gap like 2-3 seconds.
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah. Is there more action around Jose in the other parts of the circuit?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's a good idea to go back to P6 and check if there is some action there with David again.
Okay.
But before doing that, I just need to. Okay. Have a kind of a technical problem here, and I will solve it in a second. And here we go. Let's go to look for more battles. Yeah, they are quite close, P5 and 6. So it can be an interesting battle now.
Yes, yes. David Turnbull and Marco Buori. Well, let's see. He's really close. He could get a chance at the end of Kemmel Straight. No, but I think... Well, he's defending. P5 defending. No chance here.
And there is like a bit of a gap now, I think.
Yes, yes. Marco Buori looks like he's not being able of closing this gap. What about the rest of the field? More action around Jose?
Yeah, let's move. P7, Vincenzo Cavaliere. P8, Elisir Bartik. And yeah, quite close is Nikolai Nicholson. And I see another car which is Kirley Williams, the Vincenzo teammate. They are getting closer. Let's see. There are 4 cars very close here now.
Yes.
And I see one car pitting in, and it's Elisir Bartik. He's making his first pit stop. And is that a spoon Ferrari in the? Yes, it was in the middle of the pit lane.
Yes. Well, I think he was trying to block the other guy trying to pit in. The police use that technique from time to time.
I don't think that's legal, to be honest. No, it was probably Vincenzo that had a problem entering the pit lane. So yeah, and Anthony Ishak is going out of the pits now. Very long pit exit in this version of the track.
Yeah, it is.
And oh, he was not exiting, he was entering, trying to find his position, and he made a small mistake and had to reverse. When we have Elisir Bartik going out now, doing this small straight that now only the endurance cars use. So we have Elisir in P15, Anthony in P17 now, Vincenzo Cavalieri in P18, all of them in the pits. Very long pit stop for Vincenzo, to be honest.
Yes, very, very long.
He's probably repairing, and now he's moving, but he will be almost in last position.
Let's see how is the strategy for the rest of the field, for the other guys.
Yeah, and oh, I think that's is that the engine, that white smoke?
I think so. It's a lot of smoke, big lot of smoke.
Yeah.
But it's gone now.
Yeah, it's gone now. Probably, I don't know, maybe temporary overheating because the time the car was stopped. Who knows? But it seems fine now for him.
Yes.
P17 is Dale Sutty. P16 is Kenneth Gitalo. P15 Elisir Bartik, like we've seen. And in P14, Kurt Kjellin is pitting in now, so he will probably lose some positions here. P13 is Kelly Williams, going out of the pits now, probably. Yes, indeed, but he still has a long way to go, so he will lose his position with Elisir. Many people in pits, as we could see, and this will be very close exit. And now Elisir is in front. So we have Elisir in P11 now. P10 we have Nikolai Nicholson. In P9 Alfonso Clark. In P8 David Turnbull. In P7 Marco Buori. In P6 Henrik Karlfald Olsen. In P5 Dino Paolini. In P4 Sean Ringlow. In P3 Peter Marshall. In P2 Tim McNair. In P1 Rake Major. He's leading the race from the pole position until now, and I think the gap between these cars is pretty much the same that it was several laps ago.
Yes. I agree, and he's doing a baton performance with at the moment a very clean start, very nice race pace, pulling away a bit even from the IMP2, just a bit. But they're still close, indeed. The P1, P2, P3, and even P4 is coming closer to P3, so it could be a very interesting final part of the race. What do you think, Shasa? They will come closer?
I don't know. It seems that if they have the same strategy, and probably they do, or they will Rake will defend against the Pursuivant in the race. I think it will be difficult for them because they seem to have quite the same pace, to be honest. Maybe a mistake on the pit stop or something like that can really make the difference here.
Yeah. Well, but having a gap, a bit of a gap, gives you some security at least.
Yeah, of course, but the gap is really small gap.
Yeah.
And they are approaching lap cars now. Let's see how the blue flags are working.
In the chat, the viewers, Jonas Lex is saying that rain is still possible. So, well, it's a chance. There is always a chance for rain in Spa, but at the moment it doesn't feel like raining. Doesn't feel like the track is damp. You really expect rain, guys? You really expect rain? Jose, what do you think?
Well, I don't know. In Spa, you never know. And it rained in the practice, and the forecast said it will be sunny and cloudy. But if you really think about it, sunny and cloudy in Spa, I mean, like changing forecast, it always opens the possibility of rain, to be honest.
Yeah.
Let's see, it can really turn the race upside down if it rains now. Because Rake seems to... I mean, it looks really, really solid at this moment.
Let's see, let's see. Maybe we could hear, or maybe we could see an onboard lap with Rick Major. Jose, what do you think?
Yes, yes, why not? Let's check onboard lap with the leader. He's approaching another lap car now.
Yeah.
And look at the pace difference, quite impressive to be honest. The skies are completely blue. It doesn't really look like if it's going to rain, but yeah, in Spa you never know. It changes very fast. But at this moment, I would go to the beach if I was in
Yeah.
in the Spa after the race. Looks sunny and very nice day. I don't know. He's approaching another McLaren now.
Really doesn't look like raining, really.
No. And well, this was a lap with race leader Rick Major. Let's look again for some action in the back of the pack. Dale Sutty, he's in the garage, so he's out of the race. He probably had some trouble, but he is not in the race anymore.
Oh, bad news.
And
Bad news.
Kenneth is now exiting the pit lane. In P18, going up to this really complicated pit exit, because cars coming from our roofs sometimes go wide, and you can find that you are into a really uncomfortable situation. He exited the pit quite close to Kurt in P17. P16 is Alfonso Clerc, that he is still in the race despite he had that small accident before. P15 Henrik Jordan Olsen. P14 Vincenzo Cavaliere. P13 Anthony Isaac. P12 Bob Miley. P11 Nicolas Rouge. P10 Shirley Williams. P9 Elitzer Bartik. Cars pretty much spread out now, just 2-3 seconds gap between all of them. P7 Marco Bori. P6 David Turnbull. P5 Dino Paolini. P4 Peter Marshall. Peter Marshall, maybe he... Oh, Dale Sutty left the game now. So we have another... well, he just left. He was in the garage before. Peter Marshall won one position, took one position from Dino Paolini. I don't know if he already pit in, probably not, and that's why he's in P4, but we will check in a few laps because he will have to pit in. P3 is Sean Greenlow. P2 Tim McIver, and P1, and with a bigger gap than before, it's Rake Major.
Yeah, no big fights at the moment. It's being a Formula One race.
Yes, kind of.
They should think about having a DRS or cars. What do you think?
Big gaps between the cars at this moment. With not really nothing really really interesting happening in the track now. The cars are just cruising on their respective pace.
Yes. Well, we have to be patient because things can start happening. Let's see how it goes.
And this is probably the closest battle we have now in the field. P16 and 17. Alfonso Clerc is trying to catch up with Kurt, and they are on, I think, on the 1 second barrier. There is no DRS here, but with a good line and if you recover a little bit of time during the lap, you can get the slipstream in Kemmel and also get this extra 0.2 or 0.3 cents that can make you go really close to the car in front. And I think he's kind of closing the gap now, as far as I can see in the TV console. And yeah, the car that is behind them is a lap car, so they two are battling for 16th position. Let's see. I think Alfonso is closing the gap now.
Yes, looks like it. It's a little group of 3 cars now.
Yeah, the last one is a lap car, anyway.
Yeah.
But if he really needs to have better exit on some in the corners before the straights and brake a little bit later to try to, like he did, to reduce the gap before Rouge and Kemmel, because there he can just start the the scums very, very close to the car in front and look for the overtaking opportunity in the following lap. But he cannot make any mistake because he's right on the edge of putting pressure on to the driver in front of him. And if he falls down to 2 seconds gap, it will be really hard for him to recover.
Yes, indeed.
Also, the car in front of him, behind him, seems to be closing the gap. So probably Kurt is holding them a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before. Looks like the lap car is getting closer even. So yeah, I agree that Kurt maybe is on more fuel or worse tire condition. Not sure, but looks like it.
And obviously now Alfonso lost all his opportunities to recover P16. He's very far now, and I think it's time to look for another battle, if there is. Because, like sometimes in real F1, all the cars are quite spread around this big track. This bigger than average track, and obviously it's easier to have the field really spread out. Still P10 Nicolas Rouge and P9 Shirley Williams, they are quite close, I think in 2 seconds gap. So let's see if let's see what happens. Let's see if this gap is increasing or it's decreasing.
Yeah, it was a pity he lost all his chances, you say.
Yes, well, not for Kurt obviously, but for the spectators, it's always better to have battles around the field. Let's go up P8. We have Elisir Bartik. He's quite alone as well. P7 Nikolai Nicholson. P6 Markov Wori. P5 David Turnbull. P4 Dino Paolini. P3 Song Greenlaw. P2 Tim McIver. And P1 Rake Major, that is doing a super solid race. He's in a Sebastian Vettel in the in last season. I think if something really, unless something really dramatic happens, like a terrible thunderstorm or mechanical failure or a terrible individual mistake from his side, I don't think he can lose this race, because he seems to have a good pace. He increased the gap with the car following him, and he's really looking good for seeing the checkered flag in the first position. He's making no mistakes at all.
Yeah, well, many things can happen. There is still half an hour to go, so it will be like a year for the drivers, so they will be aiming to reach the end in the positions they are, especially guys on the podium, of course.
We did an overlap with Rake before. let's do one with Tim, and let's see if we can see any differences between his driving style.
Okay.
He was quite in the center of the track here in Rouge. I noticed Rake maybe was just on this lap, but I noticed Rake usually takes the curve on the outside a lot, and Tim just stay in the middle. But of course, that can be in this precise lap. He seems to be a little bit slower, but he's also doing a mistake-free race. The same I say for P1, I can say for P2. I don't see how Team can lose this position too unless something really unexpected happens.
Yes, they have been quite consistent, and you know that consistency is the key, especially in these long races. So, well, I don't think they can see how could they lose the positions they are in right now.
He really throws the car there to the inside and goes really wide in the outside near the barriers. And let's see now if through Aarhus he's doing the same line he did before. Yes, he does. He's not going really to the outside like other drivers. Let's compare with Son. He did more to the inside. This case. And this is pretty much the same order, the same gaps that we have like 20 minutes ago. Nothing really changes in the top of the grid. And I see David that is in P5 is doing a pit stop now.
Yep, it's stopped.
And no wonder why they changed this pit exit, because before they just exit right on the outside of Aarhus. Really risky pit exit, I think.
Yes, it's not a good place to rejoin the track, so I understand it as well. But they are using that pit exit in the endurance and GT racing still nowadays in Spa.
Yes, but probably because GT cars, I've seen a comparison video in YouTube between a GT car through Aarhus and Formula 1, and there is really a huge difference. Maybe for the GTs it's not that important.
Yeah, of course, it's easier to go through Aarhus for a GT.
And look now,
very easier.
Look now, David, P8 and P9. David just came out of his pit stop. He has fresh tires now, and he's really about to murder Bob Miley. And he did even before the bus stop.
Yes.
He's now, Bob is P9 now, David is 8. He was in P5 when he pit in, so let's see if other people is in his same strategy. I don't think he will stop anymore till the end of the race. So let's see. Now Nicolas Roos stopped, so he will be P7. And I think he will go back to P5 when other drivers pit. I think Dino probably pit in as well because he was in P4, now he's on P6 and he has Nikolai Nicholson in front. But I don't think he was close unless he made a mistake. And I think Kelly has to stop as well.
Yes.
So they are making the pit stops quite close to the finish, I think, because like I said before, due to broadcasting conflict with XTView, where we don't have live timing now in the broadcast, and we don't know how many time is left until you accept we do a kind of small commercial break, and I come back with that info for you in a second.
Okay.
Okay, and we are back. It's 17 minutes to the end. So obviously everybody pitting in now. They are on their last pit stop. Let's do another rundown of the field to show the actual positions and make a prediction for the end of the race. We have Rick Major on P1 with a 6-7 seconds gap. We have Tim McIver with another 6-7 seconds. We have some Greenlow. We have Dino Paolini in P4. We have David Turnbull in P5. We have Marco Buori in P6. We have Peter Marshall in P7. We have Elisir Bartik in P8. We have Nicolas Rouge in P9. We have Kelly Williams in P10. We have Bob Miley in P11. Henrik Hjortfall Olsen in P12. Anthony Ishak in P13. Kenneth Gitalo in P14. Nikolai Nicholson actually in the pits now. Let's see if it's a problem. Yeah, he's in the garage, so he's out of the race.
Oh, it's bad news for him.
Yeah. P16, we have Kurt Kjellin now. And P17, Alfonso Clark, also retired, also in the garage. And that's all. So we have 15 drivers still on the race. We started with 23, if I'm not wrong. So,
if I am right, you said the closest fight was P9 and P10.
yeah, let's go there. Let's go there for this last minute of the race. Last minutes race. Yeah, it's... Well, they still have this 2 seconds gap they had before, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, yes.
They pretty much have the same pace. So... not really... I don't see how this overtaking or this battle can happen. I think they will probably, unless there is an unforced mistake from one of them, especially Nicolas, which is the one that is in front. I don't think there is a chance of a battle here.
Yeah, unless it change Doesn't look like anybody on the field is doing big mistakes or is making it easy to the car behind to close the gap. So, but let's wait. There's still some time to go, as you said. Anything can happen.
Yeah, exactly. Do you see the rain coming?
Well, the sky is getting darker. That's a fact, but I don't know if it will start raining or what.
Yeah, it's quite dark now, to be honest. It's quite dark now.
Yeah, it's Victor Ivanov saying in the chat that the sky changed. So yeah, well, it would be a massive change if the rain came in the last laps, as you say. Could make it really interesting.
Yes, the thing is that after all the guys pit stops, the key will be between the ones deciding to stay on slicks, or the ones pitting in for wet tires. Because if they all pit or they all stay out, obviously they will remain pretty much in the order they are now, considering the gaps. So the most interesting part, if it rains, it will be who pits or who stays, because if you risk to stay, you can also win out of positions if the rain is not hard
Too much.
enough.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. It will depend on that factor, how much it rains and how hard. Because if it starts raining, but it reach a point where you have to decide if pitting in or don't pit in, then you have to risk it. Then you can do mistakes, and the gaps can get shorter. So let's see. At the moment, no rain. So.
Yeah, exactly. At this moment, Craig Major looks like the winner of the race. But yeah, you never know. Anyway, they are making laps around the 140, 43, 44. So, considering it has to be like 10 minutes to the end now, that's just few laps. Even with a very hard shower, will be difficult to be able to pit and recover all the ground that you lose, even if you are in wet tires. Of course, well, if the track gets completely wet and there are like rivers going down this big straights, of course you can take some advantage from that. But if it's normal rain, I think at this point, with less than 10 minutes for the end, just few laps, I will try to stay on slicks as much as possible.
Yeah.
And still, we don't know if it's going to rain.
But yeah, but it depends on how much it rains. If it rains a lot, the race will change in seconds. Just one mistake, you go out of a corner and it's over. So it depends on how much it rains.
Did you see the car stopped on the left?
Yes. But I don't know who was it. Maybe it was a lap car letting them go. Well, of course it was a lap car. But I don't know who was it.
You can see how the difference between Rake and Tim increase. And Tim and Sean are, I think, in the same distance they were, but from P1 to P2 the distance is bigger now.
Yes.
P4 it's still Dino Paolini. P5 it's David Turnbull that, like I said, he recovered all the positions due to the pit stop of other drivers. P6 is Mark Worry. P7 is Peter Marshall. P8 is Nicholas Rouge. P9 is Kirley Williams. P10 is Bob Miley. P11 is Anthony Sack. P12 is Elisir Bartik. P13 is Henrik Jotfall Olsen. And P14 is Kurt Chelin. And I think they are not the last ones in race. In P15 is Kenneth Gitalo. But they are by far the closest battle on track at this moment. So let's stay with them and see what happens. Because they are quite close. They are in under the 2 seconds probably barrier. So let's see if Kurt can make an assault on P13.
I would like to keep an eye as well on P4, P5 because I would say that.
David, is that spray that I seen going out of the back of the cars?
Yeah. Now I see rain.
Yeah, it's raining. It's raining now. So this kind of changed everything. Let's see what's happening. Look, there is a lot of rain now and a lot of spray. Let's see what happens in P1 because I'm sure Rake won't like this. He has the race under control. He was going for a quite easy. It's never easy to win, but I think you can understand what I mean. He's going for a safe victory. And now, what to do?
Well, knowing quite well Race 07 series, it will depend on the amount of rain. The simulator is...
Yeah, but look at Ray. He went out. He went out now. And it seems the car is going completely sideways. Look, it's out again.
Yeah.
And
Oh my goodness. At least, he's having really big troubles to get the car on track.
Yeah, and do you think he will pit?
Well, I think many people will pit.
Yes, he is pitting in. I wonder if somebody will try to stay out.
Let's keep an eye on that.
Let's see Tim. Wow, almost going out there. And yeah, he stays out. He's trying to go for the win with the slicks. That's very, very brave movement from Tim. But I don't know if it will pay out, to be honest. He has to be really confident that he can keep the car in track. And what is P3 doing? P3 is pitting in. P4, we don't know yet. Dino Paolini, what are you going? Where are you going, Dino? Yeah, trying to get into the pits. So P4 is pitting, P5 is not pitting in. And let's go to the top because now there is a huge battle between Rake and Tim. Let's see. Cars sliding and crashing around. Let's see if Tim can hold it. If he can maintain this position, he has to be really, really, really careful now. Really careful. But it's just few minutes to the end of the race, and the pit stops here are really, really long. You have to go through. Oh, and they touch, and he spun. The lap car tried to unlap himself. He spun, but he still didn't lose many time. I think these cars coming, probably they are already on wet tires. And where is David? David is just now. Is this Les Combs? Yeah, the turn after Les Combs.
I have to say I didn't like that move from the left car very much.
Yeah, it was too risky.
And I'm pretty sure he will get a penalty for that.
And oh, did you see that Renault going completely well against the barriers? And
Yes.
clearly Ferrari is out. So now all the emotion is here between Team McIver, that almost went into the barriers there, and P2 David Turnbull, that is getting closer and closer and closer. I mean, I think he will have time to recover the position, probably. Because the
But
car
David Turnbull was not P1 before, he's on slick as well. He didn't pit. He was
yeah,
behind
it's true, he was P5. He
Dino
was P5.
Paolini.
Yeah, I was meaning sort of Rake Major, that is now closing into Dave Turnbull. That yeah, he has to be on slicks, and look what will happen. Look Rake coming. How fast he's coming.
Yeah, a lot.
David can't almost hold the car in the track, and yeah, Rake will overtake him easily. But still, he was in P5. He will be P3 now, and that's good. If Son can't overtake him, but Son is also on rain tires, and he's coming closer. And Dino Paolini is in the bus stop, and also is on wet tires, I think.
Yeah,
So
he has to be.
probably David will have a hard time trying to keep that position. But there is P2 Rake Major at the end of Kemmel straight, and we have Team McIver in P1 trying to maintain the car in the track, and I think he will catch him, to be honest. I think he will catch him.
The amount of rain was too much to stay on slick, I think. So I don't think it was a good decision to keep the slicks unless the track conditions change really fast and it goes dry again, or there is a row with dry.
Well, let's try to check for the gap now from team. Let's check. Now he's going through La Source, and he only has the start-finish straight difference with Rake Major. Even if this was the last lap, I think he will probably catch him, and even he is risking his second position, I think, now. What do you think, David?
Not sure about second position, but pretty sure he will lose first in this current lap. Maybe at the end or beginning of the next lap. The difference is big, I think, in the performance of the car with different tires in these conditions.
Yeah, team just trying to maintain the current track, and look at Rake, he's getting closer and closer and closer. We will see him soon in the background. Probably in the outside of these corners we will see Rake coming. But if this was the last lap, it will be really, really close.
Yeah, indeed.
Almost going out. Oh, almost losing the car there, but he maintained it. It has
How
to
much
be really
time remaining, Jose? How many laps?
I can't check it now because we will risk to lose this battle. But we will see soon if. Look, he will pass him before the bus stop.
Yeah.
He will pass him. Yeah, it was a little bit too risky, And here they go. Drake recovers the P1. Still, if he maintains the second position, I think it wasn't bad decision. And yeah, I think it was the last lap of the race. Drake just took the position in the very last part, and Song is P3. Dino Paulini is P4. And David Turnbull will be in the same, pretty much nothing changed. The guys that didn't pit in, they maintained the positions they were, and the rest of the guys that pits the same. So, but I think it was a good shot from P2 to try to take the lead, because yeah, he was completely sure under dry conditions or pitting in he couldn't do anything. So I don't think it was a bad idea at the end. What do you think, David?
Yeah, well, it was a decision. Maybe it didn't work for a couple of corners, so it definitely wasn't a bad idea.
Yeah, it was really the race was quite calm, not many action, but really the end was kind of epic with this battle in the last corners under the extreme rain that we didn't expect it, or we were not so confident that it will come. And I think this probably Drake will remember this race as one of the most, one of the closest ones he did.
Yeah, of course.
We see now Nicolas Rouge coming to score an 8th position. And after him, it was Anthony Sack that already crossed the line. So Bob Miley, Henrik Jorthal Olsen in P11th, Elisir Bartik P12, Kurt Kelly P13, Kenneth Gitalo P14, Nikolai Nicholson P15, Alfonso Clark P16, and that were already DNFs. So that was all from Spa. That was all from this second round of Presto GP. What are your final thinkings about the race, David?
Well, it was quite interesting. Final 10 minutes. The rest of the race was, well, a normal Formula One race from 5 years ago. Quite steady, no big changes in the positions, in the gaps. But at the end, with the rain, which is quite normal to expect in Spa, it went and became really interesting.
Okay, so thank you, David, for commentating today. You can go back with your family waiting for you, and yeah, thanks everybody that waits the broadcast. We try to do our best, and hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, and see you in